All right, let us pray. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, God, we thank you so much, Lord, for this and another day. Lord, we're thankful, Lord, for our wonderful blessing that you bestowed upon us today, Lord, the ones that we've seen, Lord, and the ones that we've not even thought about today. Lord, we ask now that you bless this meeting, Lord, we ask that you bless all the items on the agenda, Lord, bless all the ones in attendance, Lord, and bless us as we move forward, Lord. I ask all these things in your dear gracious Heavenly name. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I'd like to call the June 16th, 2025 regular meeting of the Corbin Board of Commissioners to order with roll call, please.
Moore,
Here.
Gamble,
Here.
Shepherd,
Here.
Baker,
Here.
Rasmus.
All right. First on the agenda is to approve the May bills.
Is that motion? Second.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes. Next is approve the minutes from the June 11th special meeting.
So moved. Second.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Moore,
Ms. Wilcox.
Just read that title.
Okay. Next is the second reading of ordinance 2025-6.
Ordinance number 2025-6, an ordinance of the City of Corbin, Kentucky establishing an entertainment destination center in downtown Corbin, Kentucky, and directing the City of Corbin, Kentucky to apply for an entertainment destination center license from the Kentucky Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control, and further establishing the requirements for licensees to sell alcoholic beverages to be possessed and consumed within the common areas of the entertainment destination center, as well as establishing the requirements for individuals and patrons activities within those common areas. This ordinance also establishes penalties for violations of this ordinance and defines jurisdiction or venue for adjudicating such violations. Second reading, June 16th, 2025.
Make a motion.
Second.
Baker,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes. All right. Next is to approve the SRO contract with Corbin Independent Schools for the school year beginning on July 1st, 2025.
So this contract is the same exact one that we approved last year and the addendum that we did for just the two officers, effective May 1st. This is just a continuation of that last change that we made for the entire school year.
Second.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore. Sorry.
Yes.
Let me chime in on this, I'm sorry, go ahead, Mayor Pro Tem.
Oh, is it, go ahead.
The next item, sorry.
Oh,
I
you-
jumped-
okay.
I jumped the gun.
And the next is to approve and authorize Mayor Rasmus to sign the traffic signal and electric utility service agreement with the Commonwealth of Kentucky Department of Highways for the project located along US 25W, Cumberland Falls Highway, from Kentucky 727 to Kentucky 3041.
Now, if I may,
So with the changes at the South Corbin, with the South Corbin widening project, the light signals have changed some. They have replaced the lights with new lights, and there's one new location, I believe. I just received this Friday, and I have gone over it several times, and I've consulted with our city attorney just in the last few moments about this. As you all know, I worked in the transportation cabinet, and I was mayor here, and this is all new to me. Taking over lights and paying for lights, and it's just new to me. And I don't have enough information to really advise the Board of Commissioners to take this on. And Mr. City Attorney, you read this contract.
I believe you need a motion to take that under advisement, and there's some due diligence I think we need to do before we proceed with, proof payment for electricity and lights, and then the federal highway, state highway, and he needs to get some more information.
I'll make the proper contacts and ask the proper questions. I personally just have questions. As I said, it's all new to me when we started taking over the hot bills for signal lights on, as Bob said, back federal and state highways. So,
Thank you. So we need the motion to take it under advisement.
That's what I heard.
You have a question?
No, this is, we'll see how he doing it.
Just take that.
Okay, so, set motion to take this under advisement.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Thank you.
Next is approve the fiscal year 2026 property and liability policy.
We received our renewal back from the Kentucky League of Cities, and we've got our insurance agent Steve on here if y'all have any specific questions about anything. Our renewal came in, our property came in at $117,983.56, and our liability came in at $208,181.73, making our total renewal $326,165.29. That's an $11,749.39 increase compared to last year. And we compared the renewal to the current, and really the only increase that there was due to the property values. And then when the values increased, the premiums increased as well. We talked to Steve, and he recommended we look at increasing our deductible for property specifically. In the paper that I gave you all in your packet, our current deductible for equipment, right, Steve, is $500. And then the property currently is at $5,000. And so that's the $108,439.95. If you add those two together, you get that $117,000 number I was talking about. But he recommended that we look into increasing our deductible to $10,000. And doing that, it would make the premium for property, a total $111,680.26. And that's a total difference of about $6,300.
We did meet with Steve, and everything that Steve Clark has just told y'all is completely accurate as far as I know. Steve presented very well to us, and we appreciate that. And, it's just up to you all now.
We did have another guy that was working to get us another quote, but I think he just got the information too close to renewal time, and he was unable to do so before the meeting tonight.
Have we had any claims recently that we had to pay deductible for?
For property, no, we've not had.
I don't know.
Would you like to speak on the specific event and how that affects the deductibles?
Sure.
Yeah, go on up and sort of speak into that as best you can. It's,
So if the deductible is increased from 5,000 to 10,000, and a tornado came through and damaged multiple buildings, that would be considered one occurrence, and only one deductible would apply to those multiple buildings.
That would be the same if it were 5,000 or 10,000.
Correct. Correct.
we asked Steve multiple scenarios, and I'm not an insurance guy, and I readily admit that, but I've dealt with insurance a lot. I really think it's for our needs, and Steve agrees with this. I think it would be prudent for us to go that direction. I know you agree. But any questions you have, please, that's why I asked Steve to be here tonight.
So we will change property to 10,000, keep the other 500, what you proposal. I set motion to, make changes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Do they have to make another motion to approve the renewal with those changes?
So,
Shepherd.
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes. All right, we'll move on to the city manager's report.
I don't have a lot tonight, considering we just met recently, so I do want to say one thing that it may sound a little mundane, but it's daily business that happens all day, every day. And I'm getting an inordinate amount of phone calls about brush piling up, and you all probably received, complaints, and I get it. We have one chipper, and that chipper has been down, and we thought it was going to be fixed. And then it turned out that it needed something else. We waited on a hydraulic pump. That got here. Then they took it out, used it about half a day, and something else happened to it. I don't know how old it is, but we're waiting again for parts. So, what we do all day long, and you guys and ladies hear it and I hear it, is serve the public. And a big thing right now is limbs and yard refuse being down, and we have one chipper. So as soon as that gets back, we'll be able to get everything up. Jeff, oh, by the way, Jeff had a medical emergency in his extended family, not his family immediate. And he called me about an hour ago and asked that he not be here and if I'd speak for him. So this is a big deal on his plate. They are literally going around with a dump truck and a backhoe, picking up yard refuse. And, we got a lot of ground to cover. So
Late for work last week, I got stuck behind it.
the complaint department is in the front corner. Ask for Mr. Block.
We looked at options to rent the chipper.
We did. Great question, Commissioner Garrett. We called several places and they just don't have them. And a lot of that is because of the storms that have gone through. I got in touch with the rental company that's located in Lexington and Nicholasville. They want $2,700 for 5 days. Or we could rent $5,700 for a month. And we can do that if that's what you all want to do, but I didn't tell the guy on the phone that we wanted to do that on Friday when I spoke to him. It's up to y'all. And I don't know that we have a exact time when the chipper's going to be up and running again, but they're doing their best. I will say that. They're really working hard, but we'll do whatever y'all want. If you want to rent a chipper tomorrow and go get it for $2,200 for this week, that's exactly what we'll do. So, it's up to y'all. So I did want to say that. Also, from my office point of view, the budget process has gone very well, mostly because I'm 14 months in this year and not 2 months in when we started last year. So I'll take all the blame for the delay last year. But it had been 18 years since I'd done a budget in court, and so, I was a little rusty. But everybody bared with me and was very patient, and this year it's been much easier. We're through everything except I personally have a couple of things with the arena, and we're meeting tomorrow at 9 a.m., the budget committee. And I have a couple things with the arena, otherwise we're finished with all departments, and then we have to reconcile, which by law we have to reconcile. It's not like Washington, D.C. where they don't have to. We have to. So, that's how that works. And we should be finished, I think next week, and things look good. I gotta tell you, our auditor's report was, very good, with one exception, and we're getting there with that department. So that's where we are, members of the commission.
Got any questions?
Well, I I know y'all are working.
We needed a hydraulic motor, and they got it back out and working, and then another part that they had to order went out. So, you know, the thing, with 2 chippers would be good, but you're talking close to 50,000, which, you know, y'all wanna do that, we can do that too.
You feel really good.
Well, you know what, James, it's just we do need it, but everybody needs so much, well, you know.
Did they say when the parking would be?
Well, it's one of those deals, Brandon, they can never tell you exactly, you know, it's just, it'll be there soon, one of those deals. So, we're trying.
What were the costs of rental?
2,200 for 5 days, 5,700, I think it was, maybe 5,200 for a week.
For a month?
A month, I'm sorry. Excuse me. A month.
Also, they consider the rain that's getting ready to come.
Mhm.
So, you know, you don't wanna go rent something, you know,
To use it.
it's just a thought. I'm not even close to being an expert on it.
I say we just kind of like keep it under our hat and see how long it takes to get this park. Try to figure out something about it.
Commissioner Shepherd, I tend to agree with you. You know me, I don't wanna spend all that money if we don't have to, but if we have to, it's like I tell the department heads, you know, I'll listen to your needs and then we'll pay a little bit of attention to your wants. And, you know, if we had a whole lot of money, we'd pay complete attention to your wants, but with guys like Rusty and Barry, man, you know, it just never ends. But no, I'm teasing. So everybody's doing great, they really are, they've been so cognizant and just being so judicious with the funds, and I'll tell you, it's been a pleasure, every single one of them, so thank you all. So whatever you all decide to do is what we'll do.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Alright, Scott, anything else on your report?
No, unless the department heads have something.
Yep. Department? Jacob, do you have any?
Hey Jacob, since it's, the employee in your department, I thought about mentioning our friend, but would you please?
Rusty was gonna bring it up, I think, but I do wanna ask you all to please keep Jeff Chadwell in your prayers. Rusty will talk a little more about that in a moment. His officer responded this morning, and we had a couple of guys there on the scene when it happened, and I think they were able to give Jeff a chance to live, so hope to just keep him in your prayers tonight. And with that, Mayor Rasmus had asked for me to bring up the tablecloth downtown next to Sanders Park, the artwork that's on the alley there. Scott, myself, and Mayor Rasmus met with Colleen Turner, and she offered a price of $8,000 to repaint the whole alley and to seal it. I don't think it was sealed properly before. I think the wrong paint was used, is what
That's what
Colleen
she said.
tends to think. But it does look bad, and something that is wearing the mayor out. I think that she's brought it up multiple times.
She's mentioned it a lot.
So we just wanted to bring that up tonight, that I don't know if we need a motion to, because
Can they do, is there any funds in the budget to, with the murals that we had
Well-
funded a couple years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it, cause we didn't spend,
We didn't spend anything from that.
Yeah.
So,
and there was more,
there's like, what, 8 or 10,000?
I think there was 10 from last year, year before.
Yeah.
There was not spent.
So I think there's $10,000 that's in a line item that's already there,
Okay.
not spent.
all right, well, we just wanted to bring that up. Other than that, the pool's going great, and everything else in the Parks and Rec department is good. We're just worried about Jeff, so you all keep him in your prayers. That's all I've got.
So those of you that don't know, we had an employee who had a heart attack this morning, and well, it turns out it wasn't a heart attack, but it's still a heart-related issue. And it was close. We're blessed that he's with us. But I wanted Jacob to speak to it. That's his department, and I don't want to steal any thunder or even, you know, he knew more about the details than I did, quite frankly. So
Rusty can speak.
we'll let Chief talk about it too. So.
Jacob, you'll probably have to help me with the guys' names. I don't know all of his last names, but I would just like to publicly commend those guys that were there for Jeff this morning. If it wasn't for the 3 workers there and then contacting Brentley Patrick, who was off duty playing pickleball there, and they got him to come and help render aid, I just met with the family before the meeting, and the doctors had said if it wasn't for those individuals, Jeff wouldn't have had a chance. So they need commended, each and every one of them.
What were the names of the Parks and Rec?
So Eric Jones, James Mills, am I correct?
Yep.
And, Matt Abrams,
Abrams.
yes.
Brentley Patrick.
And then,
Yeah.
Officer Patrick.
And they were able to keep working on it until the fire department units got there.
Thank goodness for those guys. I talked to James Smith earlier today, he'd been up there. He said exactly what you said. We bought those, AED units last year, I think it was, right? Well, I was by it, so yeah. And I mean, that's exactly, I remember a conversation with James during the budget process, he'd been in the healthcare, industry and how important those are, and he sees that all the time. Here we are, you saved a friend.
We did. Just a little update on what we had done through the department. The police department had answered 913 calls for service with 45 non-injury collisions and 25 injury collisions over the last month. And I would also request the commission to allow us to advertise again for officers. We've got 5 left in this process, but we all know from previous processes, people, we go through them, and I don't know how many of those 5 will be there, but I would like.
Miller has submitted his retirement paperwork, and he'll be going
Miller
on
will be
July
going.
31st.
Yeah, so be another one down.
Hate to lose that guy.
Yeah.
Been here a while.
So you need a motion to advertise?
Yeah.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
That's all I have.
Thanks for.
All right, Mike, any of the other department heads have anything?
The little packets I also gave you all, just to help you see what we're dealing with. Now, the code board, this is went to them, they've approved it for me to bring it to you. We have 3 houses we're wanting to do demolition on. 1135th Street, 820 Culver, and 813 Barberville, sorry. Pictures of all 3 of those are in the packet.
So all those we have judgments on, right, court orders. Fair enough. Good.
Need a motion for that?
Yes.
For each property?
This is, just, you can group them up, their names on it. 1135th Street, 820 Culver, 813 Barber.
I make a motion that we demolish the properties at 1135th Street, 820 Culver, and 813 Barber.
Baker,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Here's the big part. This is properties that the city has tore down houses, or the houses have been torn down, but we have been keeping them up for at least 10 years, almost of them. I gave you 3 more pictures with the addresses on those. Of these 14 properties, only 3 of them have houses on them. The rest of them is places where we've tore down the house. And right now, we've been mowing them, like I said, every year, probably for at least 10 years on all of them. And not getting anywhere. We've been putting liens on them, and after talking to Bob, after so many years, the lien's gonna fall off technically. So we're just throwing money in the wind. So what took the school board, and they agreed to bring to you all, is these 14 properties, and I'm not gonna read them all off, I think, because you have them there in front of you, but we need to foreclose on them. take them to the courthouse steps, have them sold, and somebody buy them and build something and start getting tax dollars instead of us spending money on it. And that goes along with a little bit what I brought to you before, where I try to clean up the liens. This is gonna be some cleaning up the liens, because all of these have liens on them.
So for the public's information, this is what can happen once this starts. People think, well, it doesn't matter. Well, these are 10 years down the road, and it actually does matter. It's maybe 10 years later, but it shouldn't take that long, but it does matter if you keep your property up or not. It matters, because the neighbors don't like looking at it, and a lot of other people don't like looking at it, so, thanks, Mike.
These are good potential areas of property for new homes.
Oh, definitely, definitely, every one of them.
Something that we need.
Every one of them has good sized lots, and somebody could come in and build at least a single family home. A lot of them probably duplexes or even apartments, like they're building right now, so.
Thank you.
So you need a motion to authorize me to take the necessary legal action to include foreclosure on the 14 pieces of property that have been presented. Then we do the minutes you can list them for it.
I think it's important that we get on top of these properties that are further deteriorating. Because they save money in the long term, so they don't have to, not mention man hours to keep the lots constantly. I think we can make a motion on or any other points. So moved.
Campbell.
Yes.
Shepherd. Baker.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes. Scott?
One thing the mayor asked me to bring up, and I talked with them a week before. So the banners that are going up, the veterans banners, that was a program that we kind of took over from ROTC program, at the high school. They started that, and then they kind of gave that to us to kind of take over. So we had a bunch of those already from them, and then we started selling them in our public works department currently prints them. Our issue is we are about out of poles. So Jeff said the brackets for each pole are like $80, and we're kind of getting to the point where we're running out of the poles. So we thought you guys could maybe just discuss it and decide what you wanna do. The other thing is, where we kind of just took it from the school, there's no type of timeline either. So we're doing these, but how long are we gonna do these? They're gonna probably last maybe 5 or 6 years, depending on the weather or whatever. And then are we just gonna make new ones, or we have no kind of contract or like timeline either. It's just been kind of, we took it over and then never made any like rules or regulations on it either.
So we really need to make this a program and have start, finish dates, prices.
Yeah. So it might be something you guys want to talk about.
When you want them up, I would recommend that Scott and the city manager get together and come up with a policy on sometime.
We've talked about it a lot, and I appreciate you mentioning it. She's exactly right. You need to decide what you wanna do. If you wanna keep it going, if you wanna
With what time limit.
have a sunset on how long they go, you know.
Figure out a budget of how much it's gonna cost on an annual basis to keep it going.
We'll do that.
Well, I definitely support keeping it going.
Absolutely.
I
I'll do
love driving
too.
through our streets downtown and seeing those.
There's a history of, I like seeing
I
that.
do too.
You know, it connects people to, current people to those in the past. It's important for our veterans, obviously.
The first thing my little brother said this year, my little brother, where's my banner? Because they was moved from last year. Knowing my little brother, that's serious business, and it is serious business, it's important.
So I think you need a motion to authorize the city manager and the city collector to come up with a policy of time frame
Thanks, guy.
Sounds great to me, Bob.
Hit it right on the head, just like.
You did.
Baker,
Yes.
Gamble,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Allison, your grandfather was on one, I think, right?
He was, I know he was, I haven't seen it recently, but I want a new one, and for my other grandfather. So I'm sure others in the community would want one too, so I'd like to give everybody the opportunity to honor someone. All right, Barry, Huey.
Don't have much to say, just, we're staying very busy and the training that we're doing, and wanna give a shout out to Tori for doing their, AED, CPR class with Public Works. That's what saved Jeff today, because the guys that did that today, they took that class. So we definitely need to recommend them guys. That was awesome.
It's been a tough day.
Yeah.
It's been a tough day.
So I was unclear on what to say. So last month I went to a cybersecurity summit in Frankfurt around the meeting time last month. It was the first Blue Team Summit that the National Security Department of Homeland Security had put on. It was a coalition of multiple local cities. It went well. I learned some free stuff that we could use. I've already implemented a few here since I came back. I got invited to speak at a cybersecurity summit a couple of weeks ago, but I couldn't just due to time constraints, so I wasn't able to. But they said they would keep me in mind for the next one. So I said, whatever. I hope I'm more busy then than I am now, so I have to do it. I got invited to do that, and then I've been doing cell phones. We got cell phones in, and that's all. That was my whole last week, was just changing everybody's cell phones over. And then we also implemented two-factor authentication on all of our emails, which doesn't mean anything to anybody in the room but to me, and I appreciate all your help in getting that set up, so making it an easy process. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. All right, see you, that's Tom.
I'll try not to be too loud. Recycling's had a pretty slow month. We've shipped out about 63 tons of cardboard. But my whole thing with these veterans banners is I'm the one that started printing. A bunch of years ago. And I want hats off to the police department, Rusty, because they on our Facebook page, they put my nephew out there. He's sitting right on the corner over here next to recycling. His name is Timothy Matthew Jackson. He was killed 14 and a half years ago in Afghanistan. My whole thing with these banners is if we can find corporate sponsors, maybe the VFW, maybe DAV, maybe MBETS, to help us with cost and replacement. And there are several banners. When we first started making the ones that lost their lives in service, had Purple Hearts on them. And Andrew changed the banners. He took them off because he wanted them all to live the life. This is all, and it's very dear to me, because these families that have lost loved ones, hey, I think they paid enough, and that's just my opinion. I talked to Scott about this last week. But Lord, hey, I mean, this is one of the greatest things that we can do for our community. And I don't have one up. My brother don't have one up. I didn't put one up for my father, and I sat in the sign shop. But I didn't serve to be recognized. It's just part of where I'm at and part of what I do. And I believe red, white, and blue. If they would take me today, I mean, I would go right back. And that's all I got to say. But thank you. But think about corporate sponsorship. I mean, because it could go a long way to help. Because there's people that we don't even know where they're at anymore. We don't know. I mean, some of them are World War I vets. How do you get a hold of their families? And I wouldn't want to discard one of them. And that's just me. But thank y'all very much for listening.
Tom, it's an excellent point.
Great point.
Thanks, Tom.
Yes. Absolutely. All right, have I missed anybody? The department heads? All right, anybody from the public? Got the, is this for the SBA? Yes, please.
Try to speak right into that if you would.
Procedure.
As loud as you can.
As loud as I can. Thank you, everybody. I'm Jim McCurso, Public Affairs Specialist with the Small Business Administration, Office of Disaster Recovery, and we are here in the area. We're here in Laurel, Whitley, and Knox counties, as well as a number of others following the recent tornado disaster in Laurel and primarily Pulaski County. And we're offering our disaster loan program to folks. I know not many folks here in Corbin proper may have had some damage, but if we can ask that the word gets spread, the information that I shared with y'all about the fact that we do help homeowners and renters. A lot of folks don't know, because of our name, Small Business Administration, that we help homeowners and renters with damage to their property and to the contents of that home. And we encourage them to come on in. We've got 2 centers in Laurel County. We're at the Laurel County Library along with FEMA, and we are also at the Kentucky Highlands Investment Corporation on Old Whitley Road in London. We're at the Center for Rural Development in Somerset in Pulaski County, and we're at the Russell County Sheriff's Office in Jamestown. We're there 7 days a week. Folks can come in and ask any questions and find out if in fact we can help them. And if they do apply for a loan, there is no fee to apply. There's no obligation to take the loan. As long as they make a decision within 21 days of the loan being offered to them, they can get up to the maximum if their damages warranted. For homeowners, they can get up to $500,000 or $500,000 for property. For the contents, they can get up to $100,000. And then for businesses, they can get up to $2 million for either the economic injury loans, which do pertain more here to Corbin residents, and that's for 9 months, the economic injury. So any business here in Corbin that had a setback due to the tornadoes in Laurel County, they can't get to their businesses, they had to pay their employees, whatever they need, working capital wise, they can apply for those loans too. The deadline to apply is July 23rd, and we encourage folks to come on in. We do offer help with mitigation, so any homeowner or business owner that gets a loan puts in place measures to keep future disasters from happening. They can get an increase in their loan amount up to 20% of that loan, up to 20% of the damages. Again, work with your loan officer. The interest rates are 4% and less. We also I want to add that we also help nonprofits and churches. So we're going to be doing a number of events in the next couple of weeks. I was in both, had a couple of stories in both Corbin papers last week. But we're going to be at the London Strong event concert on Saturday night. We're doing some outreach at churches. If you happen to know of any other ways we can help get the word out amongst Corbin representatives, I'd appreciate that.
Great, thank you.
Okay. I want to say I spent time yesterday and went to the Colonel Sanders Museum, and I was very well pleased. An old guy like me found it very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Andrea?
Okay, Scott, this may go along with something that you mentioned earlier, okay? While there's a summer break going on, I'd like to suggest that the commission get together with the Board of Education and try to work on the traffic issues, especially around the high school. You know, whether, because they're having their own police department before too much longer, whether they can do traffic control at dismissal each day. There's a possibility, whether the Corbin Police Department can just simply park 2 cars down there to kind of slow people down and make them take a little extra caution with what they're doing when they're going in and out. Whatever solution, whether it be a blinking caution light or what have you, we need to do something. You've got the middle school with no kind of traffic control. You've got the high school with no kind of traffic control on either entrance. Before there's a tragedy, I mean, it's been enough years that we would be very lucky, but before there is a tragedy, let's talk about this. You don't know how many near misses there are that go on down there. Only those of us that live right there know, okay?
Thank you. All right, anybody else? All right, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
Yes.
Shepherd?
Yes.
Baker?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.